There's a reason Wisconsin is at the center of the paper world. With its lush forests and flowing rivers, the state is ideal for making paper. And over the decades, the industry has thrived, in part because of a pioneering approach to forestry. Think about the trees, but don't think of them as a commodity like coal or oil. Think of them as a crop like corn or soybeans. The difference is it takes about 5 decades to harvest trees. So, Wisconsin firms began planting more than they cut, and over time, there would always be trees to harvest. That's only one aspect of what became a natural, sustainable loop. Think about the rivers. They're not just highways for commerce. They're often a source of power to help keep the mills running. And when the trees are harvested, some mills burn the branches and other unused wood to help power the plant. The forest of trees breathe in whatever carbon dioxide is sent into the air and convert it into oxygen. And when paper is thrown away, it can be converted into more paper through recycling. This is all quite efficient, and it put Wisconsin at the forefront of the nation's paper industry with some 30,000 jobs in the mills alone at its peak. But what happens when trees grown in the United States are cut down and shipped 7,000 miles to the other side of the world and then sent back as inexpensive paper? Consider China. While China invented paper nearly 2,000 years ago, it didn't become a major player in the paper industry until the last decade. One reason? A severe shortage of trees. Only 20% of China is forested, well below the international average. After decades of depletion, China has turned to the Wisconsin model of renewable forestry. They say the loop is intact. It just got as wide as the globe. But China still relies on the world's forests, which environmental groups say are being dangerously depleted. That may not seem very efficient. Wood pulp shipped around the world instead of down the highway. Yet, in 2009, China passed the United States as the largest paper producer in the world. If a tight natural loop powered the paper industry in Wisconsin, how can such a frayed loop work for China? First, China's paper mills dwarf those in the United States and are highly automated, so they can produce much more paper with far fewer people. They plant fast-growing eucalyptus trees and engineer them to reduce the time from planting to harvest. They even import 27 million tons of recycled paper each year, most of it from the United States, and turn it into more paper, helping feed their growing production capacity. U.S. companies argue China is not competing fairly, using government subsidies to artificially lower prices. That means a decline in demand for Wisconsin-produced paper and is blamed for a spate of mill shutdowns. That has led to trade tariffs, which gives Wisconsin mills some breathing room. But some Chinese producers want to repeal the sanctions, creating the prospect of a new and accelerating loop. Fewer jobs and more mill closings lead to less capacity and even more imported paper.